Hey, you guys. This is Nikki again, Jemmy, and welcome to Transform Your Business Thursday. Today we are talking about working hard and what we can do instead. So who here is on the live? Say hi. And if you're on the replay, hashtag replay. Am I the only one? I know I'm not. Who else finds that you work so hard? You put in so much time, and in business it's very different because in your job, dollars equate with time. So you put in time, you do your 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, whatever it is, and you get paid for it. But in business, when you're an entrepreneur, it's different, and you can put in a whole lot of time and you don't actually make money. So that's why I want to talk today about transforming your business, is transforming the way you spend your time, and that putting in more time and doing hard work doesn't necessarily equate with more money. So is this making sense? Who sees that this is true for you in your business? That just because you're working hard, it doesn't mean that you're going to make money. And in fact, I've seen it where it can be easy. And you can actually go out for a break and you can have fun. And then you have this idea that comes to you, and that idea is the one that makes you money. So that's what we're going to talk about today. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nikki Genjemi, and I help online coaches shift their identity to thriving entrepreneur and gain an online presence so they can make more money and impact doing what they love. So we're going to get started. So who here is, whether you are looking to sell your product, or you want to learn how to launch a program, or to learn how to do a funnel that's going to bring in some clients, or maybe you're even looking to develop an online course, get your website up and going, start blogging. There's so many different things. I feel like as entrepreneurs we have the shiny object syndrome, where we're like, okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do this and I want to learn how to do this, and we do a lot of stopping, or I should say starting and then stopping. So we start a whole bunch of different things, and then it seems that we kind of just stop, and then we try something else, and then we do a whole lot of stuff and don't get very much accomplished. So what I'm proposing to you is that instead, what if we just took a step back, get out of work mode, get out of having to work hard? Because when you're doing something, like let's say you are, I'm going to give an example of my own. I had to do a training for some colleagues. This was going back a few months ago. And I was thinking, what am I going to teach them that they don't already know? I mean, these are amazing coaches, and I'm like, I'm going to be training them on money. And I was kind of like getting in my head, like, what am I going to teach them that they don't already know? And I got into that, do I know enough? Should I even be doing this? I kind of feel silly even teaching on this. And I spent a couple of days trying to put together this training, and I was sitting at my desk and I was working hard, and I was like trying to come up with a structure and trying to come up with, what can I teach them about creating money and manifesting money that these people don't already know? And I was getting really frustrated, and I finally put together an outline, and I wasn't feeling excited about it. And I wasn't feeling good about it, and yet I had spent a couple of days working on it. So it was the day of the training, it was happening at night, and I put work aside finally, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get up and move, because this is really key. When you are having a difficult time, when you are working hard and you find that you're frustrated, or you're lacking clarity, or you need clarity, one thing you can do that will help is to get up and walk away from what you're doing and move your body. Movement is so good for the body. It just kind of gets the energy flowing. It gets things that are stagnant moving. So I got up, walked away from my desk. I went to the park and I started walking. And then I put my focus just on everything around me, the trees that were around me. There was a pond over off to the side and the grass, and there was people walking around and kids playing and dogs, and I was just using my senses and exploring this park as I walked around, and even just noticing the temperature of the air and the sun shining down on my face. And there came a moment of clarity, and all of a sudden I was able to see the whole training laid out. And I got excited, and I was like, I walked faster, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm going to talk about this, and then that's a great story to share. And all of a sudden it was like boom, 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 boom. All these ideas just came to me, and I planned out the whole 30-minute training on that walk. And it was completely different from what I worked so hard the last couple of days to try to figure out. And I was like, oh my God, if only I stopped working hard 2 days ago and took this walk then. So this is the value in giving yourself the grace to step away and get into movement, get into exercise, get into action of some kind, and you will be amazed at how all of a sudden ideas just come to you. It's like the doorway to creativity opens up. And it ended up being a great training. I mean, everybody got a lot of value out of it. People were sharing stories, and it was just great because I felt good about it. And that's another thing. Whenever you're looking to do something and you don't feel good about what you're doing, if it feels heavy or it just feels negative in any way, that's another clue to stop what it is you're doing. Stop trying to create the online course. Stop trying to set up the website, because it's just going to be that much harder and take you that much longer, and then sometimes you don't get the result that you want. So it's in taking these breaks and stepping away and, like, how can I have a little bit of fun? How can I create a little ease here? And you'll be surprised that you can actually get more accomplished in a lot less time. Just how I planned out a 30-minute training in like a 20-minute walk. And it was enjoyable, as opposed to the grief I put myself through for 2 days trying to get this put together, this training that I did. So I wanted to share that with you. And I also going to give you an example of somebody I was working with, this lovely woman, Agnieszka. I was on a call with her, and she was saying the same exact thing. She's like, Nikki, I really firmly believe that you have to work hard for money, and you've got to put in a lot of time. And I watched my dad doing the same thing. Growing up, he would work so hard. He would work so long. He would have no free time to do what he wanted. It was just work, work, work. And oftentimes he ended up sick. And then as she's talking, she's basically telling me the same story, except that now it's happening to her, that she finds that she's working so hard, she's putting in so much time, and she's like, I've got no time for leisure. I've got no time just to do what I want. And then I find that I'm getting sick a lot. I said to her, does this sound familiar to you? And she's like, oh my God, yeah, that my dad, it was the same thing. Maybe I learned it from him. So another thing is that we don't realize some of the actions that we're taking, they are because of a belief that we have. So if we can change the belief, then we can start taking different actions. And sometimes it's just the awareness of that. It's like, you know what? I don't have to believe that anymore. I don't have to believe that I have to work hard. I have to put in so much time, and then I'm going to end up not having any leisure time for myself. I'm not going to be able to, go out and have fun, go on the vacation that I want to go on, and then end up making yourself sick. And what if it doesn't have to be that way? And it starts with recognizing the story that you're telling yourself and then deciding to change it. And once she realized what she was doing, once Agnieszka realized that she was just playing out the same story that she watched her dad do when she was growing up, she's like, you know what? I'm deciding that they don't equal. The hard work and the long hours doesn't equal the pay. And I can have more fun doing what I love and make money and be healthy too. How about that? And once she changed that belief, and she was aware of it and she changed it, then she's like, oh my God, Nikki, I signed a book contract. I just signed a premium client. And I was like, oh my God. And she goes, and I got my website up in 90 minutes. And it was taking me so long because I was just like hemming and hawing. And I got to get this done first and that. And I kept putting it off. And hey, Lawrence, how are you? Thanks for being here. We're talking about working hard, and that doesn't have to be that way. And she's like, once I let go of all of that, it was like this weight was lifted. And boom, I got the website up in 90 minutes. Shortly after, signed a book contract. And then after that, I signed a premium coaching client. So it's like when you get rid of that weight and that heaviness, you not only open yourself up to the flow of ideas and to creativity, but also getting those things that you want. So continue to just be mindful of how you feel and get curious about the story that you might be caught up in, the thoughts that you're having, and then choose to change it. And sometimes it's just stepping back and getting up and moving, going to exercise, going to walk, just getting away. So you give your brain that break that it needs. So it could be like, oh, okay, there it is. There's the idea. So hope that was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. You can post them below. And keeping this one short today because I have a masterclass coming up. It's Manifesting Mini Money Miracles, and that is starting very soon. It's actually starting at 1 p.m. today. So I posted a link for you to join. It's not here in the group. It's going to be happening on Zoom, and I will post the link for you as well if you want to hop on and be a part of that masterclass. I'm going to be talking about the 3 biggest blocks to receiving money and what you can do to get rid of those blocks. Also, the number 1 thing that's preventing you from creating the money that you want. And you just might be surprised. It's so simple, but it takes a little bit of willingness to change that. And then finally, I'm going to be talking about simple actions to help you to align with the energy of money. Because again, money is just that energy, just like everything else. And once you can align with the money of energy, or with the energy of money, you're going to see that it is really all around. It's really all around you. And that there's so many opportunities to make it once you are open to seeing them. So we're going to take a deep dive into that during this Manifest Mini Money Miracles training that's happening at 1 p.m. today. I hope you're going to join me. I will post the link here as well so that it's easy for you to hop on. And I hope everybody has a fabulous day. And I will see you all in a few minutes. Bye for now.